What's the most inaccurate thing your child has ever been taught in school? I was at work. The phone at my desk rang. It was the school office calling me. Mr. Davis, this is Mrs. Johnson. I am calling you to tell you that your daughter had an accident today. My heart immediately sank. The tension rose in my heart like I had just jumped into Lake Superior while there were still ice blocks washing up on shore. What's happened? Is she okay? Waiting anxiously for each word. Yes, I guess, Mr. Davis. Your 11-year-old daughter urinated on herself in class, and we need you to bring her a new set of clothing. Internally, I was overjoyed that it wasn't a physical injury of some kind, but then my mind started to insert a few questions into my consciousness. Wait, what did you say? Mrs. Johnson repeated her statement. Where was she? She was in class. Where is she now? Well, she's in the lobby of the school office. When did this happen? Her reply was muddled a bit. I found out later that it was more like an hour. Is she still in her wet clothing? Yes. At this point, I am an hour away from the school and my wife was unavailable. I reminded them of those facts. Apparently, my daughter was taught by the teacher that girls, a lie just because the teacher didn't like kids getting up and disrupting her class, could hold their bladder longer than class. So no girl should have to get up and go to the bathroom during class. As she explained that my daughter deliberately peed herself to get out of class, I stopped Mrs. Johnson and demanded to speak to the vice principal. Mr. Wilson picked up the phone. Mr. Wilson. Hi, Mr. Davis. Your daughter is sitting on a towel here in the main office. How soon can you get here? It's starting to smell. My eyes are starting to bleed at this point. With all my military bearing now completely gone, my words came fast and full of Papa Bear. Mr. Wilson, I am about an hour away from school. I can't leave work. However, I will be picking my daughter up from school today. When I do pick her up, here's what I expect. I expect my daughter will be clean dressed in fresh clothing and full of stories about how she was apologized to by you, your teacher, and the principal of the school for not allowing her to go to the restroom when she politely asked. If I find she's anything other than what I just described, then I will drive my daughter in her urine-soaked, smelly clothing to the emergency room at the local hospital to make sure her bladder isn't ruptured, then to my attorney's office so that he can participate in teaching you all accurate information about the illegality of physically keeping a child from going to the restroom. On top of that, I will be speaking at great length to the school board about how irresponsible and cruel it was for you to do this to someone's child. Do I make myself clear? That situation still grieves me terribly every time I think of it. It's not just information that comes to our kids all mixed up and twisted. They are being manipulated by school staff as a commodity. When you see stuff like this, it makes you so angry. I picked up my daughter and her clothes were nicer than the ones I sent her to school with. She was clean and gave me a big hug. She was sitting some distance away from the vice principal while he was on the phone with me, but she heard me quite clearly explain their error to them. I told her, if you hear anything in school that you doubt for 1 second, come to me. Call your mom. Don't ever be disrespectful, but if you ever have to go to the restroom, you excuse yourself politely and you get up and go. I will back you. Another hug.